Two things are happening in Delhi this week, at almost the same time, a few kilometers apart. At Jantar Mantar, thousands, students, professionals, families with young children have gathered under the banner of the Cockroach Janta Party or by themselves, affiliated to a cause, not a party. Their demand in one line, Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan must resign over the NEET UG paper leak and the National Testing Agency must be urgently reformed. Elsewhere, inside the corridors of the BJP, a different kind of mobilization is underway. Quieter, but way more organized. Party managers call it, half-jokingly, Mission 360. A hunt for votes, seat by seat, ally by ally, absence by absence. One is a movement on the street, the other is a movement of numbers. Both this week are equally consequential because both are, in their own way, about the same thing. Power, who gets to hold it, question it, and reshape it. We shall talk about both today. It's Tuesday, the 21st of July. I'm Anirban Chowdhury. This is the Morning Brief. The Cockroach Janta Party isn't a party in the electoral sense. It's a satirical protest found by Abhijit Dibke, a Boston-educated communication strategist. It was born on social media out of a remark by India's Chief Justice who compared unemployed young people to cockroaches. That led to a meme fest, a hugely popular social media account, which led to peaceful protests, which turned into a movement. The trigger was concrete: alleged irregularities and a paper leak in the NEET UG medical entrance exam conducted by the National Testing Agency. The demands were narrow and specific: scrap the NTA and Education Minister Pradhan must resign. What turned this from a student agitation into a national story is who's joined it since. The most important name was climate and education activist Sonam Wangchuk. Wangchuk began an indefinite hunger strike at the Jantar Mantar in late June. Public figures, from television personalities to opposition politicians, have shown up in solidarity through July. Wangchuk was later taken by the police and hospitalized, allegedly with force. But today, on the opening day of the monsoon session, the protest escalated. Here's my colleague Pratishtha Bagai.
So I just returned from the protest today, which was the Sansad March that took place. The crowd had started gathering at the Jantar Mantar in the early hours, around 4, 5, and some had even reached the ground earlier than that. Some stayed up the entire night last night, and by some, I think 8 or 9 a.m., that area started getting barricaded. So people were not being allowed to enter or exit Jantar Mantar, which is what I hear from people that were around that area.
What made today's protest remarkable wasn't just the slogans. It was that despite extraordinary restrictions, people kept finding ways to show up. Metro stations around Connaught Place were closed. Internet connectivity became patchy and then was shut off. Protesters arriving on private vehicles found entire stretches inaccessible, and yet the crowds kept growing.
To my utter surprise, the footfall was very, very high. There were a lot of people. Many of them were Gen Zs, were youngsters, but many were also children. Many were also older people. The point about it is it was scattered. Thousands of people were there at the Parliament area in and around Jantar Mantar and even in CP. It was again a very rare sight to see that in every 100 meters, there was a micro protest of its own. There was a group of people who were singing, some were dancing, some were shouting slogans, some were just carrying posters.
Most of the protesters were shouting for the ouster of Pradhan.
But apart from that, there were again anti-Modi slogans going on. There were slogans are in support of B.R. Ambedkar and his ideology. There were nationalistic slogans also. It almost became like a youth festival where everybody was there to be a part of it.
कैसे कैसे लारे हो रही फीस की तैयारी, पेपर हो रहे लीक, कैसे करें नीट की तैयारी.
सालों की मेहनत जाया, फीस गई लाखों की, उम्मीदें जितनी भी थी जल के सारी राख हो गई. कुर्सी पे बैठे नेता तुझसे है सवाल मेरा, तूने जो वादे किए उनकी पर्ची काख हो गई.
As the day progressed, the confrontation intensified. Police had already sealed large parts of the city, but when sections of the crowd tried moving towards Parliament, force was used. It was a largely peaceful protest, yet there was a crackdown.
Between 12 to 2, there was lathi charge around the Parliament area. Many students were actually detained from there. Then later, the tear gas shells were released on those students, and this is around 2 p.m. A similar incident happened in around the CP area between 3 to 4, I believe. There were tear gas shells across the entire CP Janpath area. One thing is for sure, from the first-hand accounts of people I personally know, that force was used on them at different areas at different times.
The government's reaction, many would say, shows that it is under pressure. But the pressure is a double whammy, both external and internal. On the street, a demand for accountability that's escalated to the point of tear gas outside Parliament's own gates. And inside the building, a separate fight over the votes needed to reshape the constitution itself. And this second story, or rather the numbers being assembled inside the Parliament this week, may determine how much strength or bite force the government actually will have to push any future intent into reality, and also crush all forms of dissent within and outside the Parliament. 360 is the figure everyone in Parliament is quietly doing math around this week. It's 2/3 of Lok Sabha's effective strength of 540, the threshold the Constitution demands before you can amend it. And for the first time since the government took office, short of a majority of its own, it is within touching distance of that number. You see, the BJP-led NDA fell short of a majority on its own in 2024 and had to lean on allies just to govern. But the next general election is 2029, 3 years away. So why is the government suddenly obsessing over a 2/3 mark it doesn't technically need to survive? Here's my colleague, Jatin Takkar.
So the party which was eyeing to cross 400, 350 as a BJP and 400 as an alliance of NDA was restricted to 240. Now in the midway of the government, they are eyeing to get 2/3 majority. On policy front, they want to clear the key constitutional amendments bill. And on the political front, they want to have a more elbow room.
The bill at its center is a constitutional amendment on delimitation tied to the still pending Women's Reservation Act. Raise the Lok Sabha seat ceiling, redraw constituencies, then seat women in a third of the larger house.
So what this bill is about? This bill talks about amending already passed Women Reservation Act to implement the women reservation by doing a delimitation. And by doing a delimitation, they plan to increase the seats across the country by 50%.
In plain numbers, the Lok Sabha's constitutional ceiling is 550 seats, filled to 540 today. The plan is to raise that ceiling towards 850, grow the house by roughly half, and reserve a third of that new, larger house for women. It sounds procedural, it is anything but.
In a way, it would be correct to say that it will redraw the political map of the India. And it has not been redrawn in such a way since independence.
Let's build the number the way it stacks up, seat by seat. Here's the NDA's own house as it stands. BJP has 239 seats. The allies, TDP 16, Shiv Sena 13, JDU 12, LJP Ram Vilas 5, Janasena 2, JDS 2, RLD 2. And the smaller decisive ones, Apna Dal, Sonelal, AGP, Hindustani Awam Morcha, AJSU, Sikkim Krantikari Morcha, NCP under Ajit Pawar, and UPPL, 1 seat each. Add it up, the NDA's own total is 299.
So there are 3 vacancies. By taking into consideration the defection of 6 Shiv Sena UBT MPs into the Shiv Sena Shinde faction or the Shiv Sena party, which has been approved by the Lok Sabha Speaker, the NDA as of now stands around 299. I'm considering those 6 MPs. In 299, you can add 20 TMC MPs, which will sit separately and they're still yet to be recognized as National Citizen Party of India. It comes to 319. Then you consider the support of YSR Congress Party for this supported the bill last time also. It comes down to 323. After that, the all eyes are on 2 parties which appear to be open to this idea and which may come this side. One is NCP Sharad Pawar. It has 8 MPs. The number will become 331.
Then comes the one name that decides everything.
The most crucial in this number game is the DMK. Let me remind you, whenever the numbers come to the BJP, it's every time a Tamil Nadu party which becomes a crucial. If you remember when the Vajpayee government was there and the government fell by 1 vote, that time also Jayalalitha was alive and she was leading the AIADMK. She moved out of the NDA and all games started. This time BJP is eyeing another staunch rival DMK to come on NDA side and give. If DMK joins, the number becomes 353. But they need 360.
Or would they be from the
7? But what I'm trying to say is that there are 7 independents in the current house.
Okay.
Which way they will go? We are clear about OVC. We are clear about 1 or 2 players. Others may come to other side. Then there is a talk that when the Article 370 abrogation bill was passed, many MPs were not present in the house. So whenever numbers game came into play, even 2 ploys are always used by the ruling parties and whichever the party on the ruling side.
Defection and absence. Defection we've already spoken about. Absence, the latter, basically means the 7 votes, the last 7 votes that Jatin spoke about may never come from a party joining the NDA at all. They may come from empty chairs. In a constitutional amendment, every absence lowers the bar. An abstention is worth almost as much to the government as a vote cast in its favor. So basically, Mission 360, if we may call it that, is a plan to assemble a one-day issue-based majority, 1 absence and 1 favor at a time.
The most crucial player as of now appears to be the DMK with 22 MPs. And it is the 4th largest opposition party, and with defections in the TMC, it becomes the 3rd largest opposition party. It has already informed the Lok Sabha Speaker they don't want to sit with the Congress because Congress has gone with TFK in Tamil Nadu. They have moved, they in a way shifted out of India, but will they move towards NDA? It has to be seen.
Got it.
Because whatever DMK decision will take, it will take from the prism of Tamil Nadu politics, and they have vehemently opposed this bill in past. But that time Tamil Nadu elections were around the corner. They burned the copies of the bill also, hardly few months back. As they say, 1 week is a long time in politics. Few months is a very, very, very long time in politics.
Indeed. Now, a lot of political analysts say that achieving this mark will give the BJP unbridled, unrestrained power.
I'm not saying they are completely correct, but they are not completely out of the point as well. See, there are several key constitutional amendments which are in the pipeline. 130th Constitutional Amendment Bill, which trigger the automatic removal of PM, CM, union ministers and ministers in the state government after they have been given 30 days custody in the serious offences which can be imprisoned for 5 years. There have been strong apprehensions within the opposition ranks that this bill could be used as a political witch hunt to settle the political scores by the ruling party. BJP gets this 2/3 majority. As a reporter, Hunch, who has been covering Parliament for almost 15 years and watching it from very close quarters, my sense is that they will not restrict themselves only to this delimitation bill, less of a women reservation bill. They may attempt to bring the One Nation, One Election bill, a constitutional amendment bill which has already been introduced in the Parliament, which is pending with the Parliamentary Committee. And the Parliamentary Committee has been given an extension to submit its report on the first day of the last week of the monsoon session. If they think they are mustering a 2/3 majority, let's pass both bills in one go. Then there could be some other bills which we can see. Although one of the things which is always associated with BJP whenever constitutional amendment is, they would like to come up with uniform civil code bill. But as of now, they are using a states route. all BJP ruled states are implementing UCC. So at center level, they know. But yes, they may bring some other constitutional amendments also. But these two things, the one nation, one election is again seen as a centralization, as a presidential form of government we are trying to. They are both arguments both in favor and in against it. But if you talk to the regional parties and the primarily opposition parties, they are dead against it.
Finally, Jatin, what happens if BJP can't make that mark?
I think that will be a very crucial political point, very crucial political event in the country run up to the 2029 elections. Then it has to be seen whether they will give 1/3 women reservation in the 543 seats, because there will be apprehensions across political parties and will be much more apprehensions within the BJP. If they could not get 2/3 majority, that means there are still certain players who need to stand the ground. And what will happen to then those 20 TMC defected MPs? Because it appears they were only defected, and BJP sponsored that defection primarily for these reasons only. How will BJP placate them? Will they be given tickets next time? It would be interesting to see. But it will definitely give them a morale boost. I won't say a political boost, I won't say electoral boost, but it will definitely give a morale boost to the opposition, that they could have a better floor management and counter the BJP. But the one thing, the biggest takeaway would be, it would appear that the constitutional amendments till 2029 would be out of the equation. But Anirban is just sitting few kilometers away from the parliament, and with Cockroach Janata Party protests going on to Jantar Mantar, they would definitely try to shift the narratives to the delimitation from the paper leak. And when I was coming out of the all-party meeting, one MP from a neutral party, who was neither on the ruling side nor on the opposition side, he said a very poetic line: सियासत में हर मोड़ पर रिश्ते नए बनते रहते हैं, जो कल विपक्ष में थे आज वही साथ चल रहे हैं.
So, two upheavals. At Jantar Mantar, a movement built on a demand for accountability. Inside Parliament, the opposite instinct. A concerted, disciplined effort to consolidate enough power that it can no longer be disrupted. One side is demanding that power unsuffer itself, the other making sure that whoever holds power may never need to. Will the future be written by movements or math? We leave you with that question. That's it for today. You were listening to this episode on The Morning Brief. It was produced by me, sound designed by Indranil Bhattacharjee. Keep listening to our podcasts on your favorite listening platforms. Stay tuned. All external clips used in this episode belong to their owners. Credits are mentioned in the description.